There are just some movies that hit you a certain way, how they stay buried in your thoughts long after they're over. In 2019, I got to experience this in A24's neo-noir dark comedy conspiracy mystery film, Under the Silver Lake. The plot is simple. Andrew Garfield goes on a quest to find his missing neighbor, only to stumble upon a larger conspiracy, and this is where things get weird. I'm not surprised I was so captivated because it is directed by David Robert Mitchell, who also directed another personal favorite, It Follows. This dude knows how to pull off compelling and intense atmosphere. So naturally, Under the Silver Lake is something else. Insane and obsessive. There's something addictive and hypnotic to the chaotic story of both the mundane and the bizarre. It's a movie that doesn't take itself seriously, but it's so full of compelling symbols and paranoia that it makes you, the viewer, just as confused as Andrew Garfield's character. The movie's like a psychotic episode that puts you in a daze, in a state of disassociation. We've got dog killers, chilling urban legends, hobo kings, and Jesus and the Brides of Dracula. It gets weirder and sexier, and you can't stop watching the deeper that the movie delves. Now, I don't know if the film intentionally hides a deeper message below the surface of its narrative with its symbols and conspiracies, or if it deliberately creates a wild goose chase for those who try to unravel the film's mysteries when there were never any mysteries to begin with. I've rewatched it about a dozen times, and every time I see it, I catch something different and new. This movie scared me, it made me laugh, it felt cathartic, but it also made me feel like I had no idea what was going on. I feel like the magic in this movie is in the themes that the audience takes away. The fact that there are subreddits dedicated to digging deeper into the symbology and iconography of David Robert Mitchell's vision is exciting. It reminds me of old friends in old houses having old conversations about aliens and the Illuminati. It elicits the joy of mystery and discovery, the power of finding meaning in something. But it doesn't really matter what that something is. The active discovery of that something is the magic. In this way, the film feels a bit cathartic. Cathartic because I can see myself in Garfield's character, the uneasiness and hopelessness of adulthood, and how life can make people disenchanted. How we cling to conspiracy, urban legend, and symbols to find purpose, to make purpose in our lives, when terrifyingly, it might not be there to begin with. This movie is excellent at selling youth gone wild, to the point where we become numb to the world. How nothingness is left after all the drugs, sex, and rock and roll. We are afraid to fade away, so we burn out. The lore we create easily crumbles when we stare for too long, as showcased in the scene with the songwriter. One of my favorite lines in the movie comes from Garfield early on when he asks, "You ever feel like you fucked up somewhere a long time ago? Like you're living the wrong life, like a bad version of the life you were supposed to have." The movie hits deep if you look for the meaning. I may be giving the film too much credit, or maybe I found Mitchell's message after all. But for a film to leave me feeling so raw and so confused, while still having me appreciate the absurdity of it all, is something truly special. So, I can't recommend this film highly enough.